Hi, now we're going to talk about how to write an equation just by looking at a graph for a given straight line. When we see the graph of a line, we know immediately that our line should be written as an equation with an equal sign in the form of y equals some number m times x plus some other number b. Now let's remember what these mean. B is your y-intercept, and m is your slope. The slope is how slanted the line is, and slope is what we know as rise over run. All right, so we need a b value for a number and we need an m value for a number. B is the easiest one. For b, that's your y-intercept. That's where your line hits the y-axis. And so all we have to do is find the y-axis and see that it crosses y at 4. So b equals 4. That was quick. Now to find our slope, we find 2 points, and we see these points highlighted in blue, and we just count. We go from one point, let's start at 4, to the other point, and we count. And our rise is actually a drop down, so we count 1, 2, and then, so that will be our rise. Our rise is down 2, and remember that down is a negative value, and our run is left and right. Our run would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have to go 5 to the right. Right is positive, and so our run is 5. Now we can see that our slope is negative 2/5. To write our equation, all we do is come back to this standard form, y equals mx plus b. We need a y and we need an x to stay open so that we can find any y value for any x on our line. So we write y equals, and we just found out that m is negative 2/5, and we keep our x, and we found out that our b, our y-intercept, is the number 4, and that is the equation of our line. Now, if you have a vertical line, that means up and down. For vertical lines, sorry about that. For vertical lines, we see that x equals 8 on the x-axis. And as we go up, and if y is 1, x is still 8. If y is 2, x is still 8. If y is 3, x is still 8. If we go down, if y is negative 2, x is still 8. If y is negative 3, x is still 8. So for vertical lines, the equation is just x equals the number that line runs through, the number 8. That is the equation of this vertical line. Everywhere that line hits, x equals 8, no matter what y is. When we have horizontal lines, it's very similar, horizontal. Horizontal is across. Think about the horizon. The horizon goes across the sky. So horizontal lines, this line hits y at 2. And as we try out x equals 1, y is still 2. X equals 2, y is still 2. X equals 3, y is still 2. On the left, if x equals negative 2, y is still 2. Everywhere we try out an x, y keeps on equaling 2. So the equation of a horizontal line would be y equals whatever number that line goes through on the y-axis. Here y equals 2. That is how you write the equation of a horizontal line. Let's review. Here is an oblique or diagonal line. We want to write the equation of it. Our standard equation is y equals mx plus b. We need to find out m and b. B is the easiest one. B is the y-intercept. It's where the line crosses the y-axis. So B is -5. Now, if I can just figure out what m is, I've got the equation of my line. M is my slope. It is rise over run. I choose 2 points where the line touches the corners of the grid marks. See right here, it does not touch the corner of the grid mark, so that is not a good point to choose as we count our slope. We want to definitely know where the point begins. So if I start at -5, I go up 1, 2, 3. That's my rise. So my rise is 3. And now I go to the other point. I have to go right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go right 4. Remember, up is positive and right is positive. So I have +3 over +4. And this is the equation of that red line. We could write this equation y equals 3/4 x minus 5, because minus is the same thing as plus and negative. All right, good luck on your test.